Ange, the injury curse is striking in the press room, it seems, this morning. Look, when it rains, it pours, as they say. How's Radu? Is it too early to...
Yeah, a bit early to tell. He obviously tweaked his ankle last night. He felt like he couldn't continue, so we just have to wait and see. Wait till he gets in today and then assess it from there.
Is there any other issues after the game at all?
Well, Jed got sent off, obviously, so we'll miss Jed. But from a sort of physical perspective, tired bodies. But apart from that, no other further issues.
You mentioned previously that Ben Davies was close and that maybe Sunday is a possibility. Is that now a necessity to get him back in?
No, it's he's ruled out, mate. He unfortunately had a setback of training, so he's probably out for another couple of weeks. So, yeah, he's gone.
So what options does that leave you defensively right now?
Yeah, not many. Look, we're in a tough spot. We have been for a while. We've been kind of, getting through it for quite a while now and keeping our fingers crossed we don't get any more issues. But the nature of football and the kind of the fixture scheduling we've had has just meant that we've always kind of been on a fine line of just being able to get through. But it's another test for us. But it is what it is. Whatever we need to deal with, we'll deal with and get ready for Sunday.
In your career, have you ever experienced?
No, not at this level. No, not at this level. Not for that extended period of time. There's always kind of been issues at different times, but not to this extent where, like I say, I think we've had close to pretty consistently 10 first-team players not available for a run of quite a significant run of games. So, definitely, first for me.
January round the corner. I know you spoke previously about the recruitment strategy being disciplined at this club. Does that strategy have to be tweaked a little bit, considering the environment you find yourselves in?
No, I still think you can be disciplined, but I said at the time it'll depend a lot of kind of where we're at. Once the window opens, and we're getting close to that now, so we've got a sort of clearer picture of kind of where we're at. And I still think we have to be disciplined. It's not just about bringing anybody in, but there's certainly a need for us to try and reinforce if we can. Everyone knows January's not an easy time to do that, but certainly the club's working hard behind the scenes to see what we can do to just help the players we've got at the moment who are giving everything in every game and sort of dipping into every bit of energy they have to try and get us through.
I know the focus will likely be defensively just because of the amount of bodies missing, but in terms of recruitment, are you looking at different areas of the pitch as well and the attacking areas in particular?
Yeah, look, I think, like I said, I just think we need to help some of these guys because, there's at least two or three who are fairly long-term injuries, so you kind of know you're going to be short there. Others who are coming back from significant injuries, you don't know how long they'll take to get up to speed. So, like I said, we need some reinforcements, and the club's certainly, working hard to try and make that happen, and we'll see where we get to.
Cheers, Ange.
Thanks, mate.
Hi, this weekend, Wolves, last season, different manager, they managed to really challenge you twice. What do you expect for them this Sunday?
Yeah, another good game. Good game for us. Good challenge for us. Obviously, new manager in Vitor, who I know pretty well because we crossed paths in Asia a couple of times, and obviously they had a great result last night. They definitely have some quality players who can hurt you in there, and we saw that last year. So a good challenge for us, but really important game for us back at home. Sort of, like I said, we're getting through this period as best we can, but we certainly need to sort of go out there on Sunday, play our football, and get a result to make sure that we keep get some momentum going into the new year.
You mentioned the change of management. Since the new manager arrived, 2 games, 2 very impressive wins. In terms of their style of play, did you notice something significant different under the new manager?
Oh, look, I don't think you ever do. I think it's more, sometimes a new manager comes in, you just get a reaction from the players. They kind of realise that, they've got a new sort of opportunity to show themselves. And I think you've just seen, them sort of the best version of them, I guess. And like I said, I think irrespective of their form, you always knew they had quality players in there that they could hurt any team, and they were obviously we were coming back last night, so I didn't have a good look at the game. But obviously they had an impressive victory, and I'm sure they'll be coming here full of confidence.
Every transfer window is important. Do you consider the one in January now is the most important the club had in years?
Not in years, but I think in the context of where we're at the moment, I think it is an important one, because I think if we add what we need to add and sort of, it fits the bill of what we're trying to do. We're still obviously our league position is not great, but it's super tight. So we're not, we're not that far off it there. Like I said, we're in a semi-final of a Carabao Cup. We're still, we're still in a great position in Europe. There's FA Cup, so there's still everything to play for us this year to make it a season where we can have some success. So, but we need some help. The players need some help, more importantly, and the club's working really hard to try and make that happen.
Hi, Ange. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, mate.
2 weeks ago, you said your job was more, or the job of a football manager was more difficult than that of the Prime Minister.
Can I just say with that, obviously sarcasm and irony is lost in this country, because if people actually believe that I was serious when I said that, there are far more difficult jobs than being a manager or even being a Prime Minister of the country. Yeah.
I was just going to say that you followed up by saying because the Prime Minister has a vote every 5 years.
Which was the sarcasm and irony. Yeah.
But do you feel that in those 2 weeks since you said that, sarcastically, that maybe there is a different way that people would look at you now in terms of the Spurs fan base, because you've lost 4 and 5 and it's become more difficult, this job?
No, it's the same. Look, I keep saying fan bases, like they love their football club, they care about their football club, and they obviously want their football club to succeed, and then they make those feelings and emotions seen. I haven't felt anything but support since I've been here. I still feel that support's there. I'll keep doing what I think is the right thing to get success to this football club. That doesn't change. The task is difficult at the moment because of our situation, but like most things that are fairly difficult to traverse, it's only temporary. We'll get through it, and we'll come out stronger.
So respectfully, do you feel under any pressure? And conversely, is this the most difficult time you've had in terms of results in your managerial career?
No. It is what it is. I don't. That's not what kind of motivates me or drives me. I've always kind of, my motivation to do what I do is to try and create teams that win things and have success and make an impact, and that doesn't really change. I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and doesn't add any pressure, or I don't feel any extra anxiety about anything. I firmly believe that we'll get through this, and we'll come out stronger, and we'll create the team we want to be.
And we've sat before, and I've asked you many times about the winning of a trophy. And you've always said the winning of a trophy isn't necessarily the be-all and end-all. It's the start, it's the foundations of the house you're trying to build. But does it feel now that if you go on to win a trophy this year now, that it will prove that everything you've gone through over the last maybe 6 weeks, 2 months, will have been worth it?
Only if it's sustainable. If it's not a one-off, that doesn't change. Like I said, look, I get where people obviously kind of look at my situation and probably think, well, geez, he needs to do something, or else he's in trouble. But I don't think that way. It's not how I'm wired. I'm not sort of concerned about that aspect of this role. Like I said, what excites me about this role and what I love about doing what I do is the possibilities that you can create something special, and that's what I'm going to try and do.
Rob. Hi, Ange. Just on Ben Davis, in terms of the setback, is it same injury or a different?
Yeah, similar injury. He tried to come back at training, but didn't work out.
Right. Wolves on Sunday, last game of 2024. How would you assess the year from your point of view and then the club's point of view?
Calendar year or?
Calendar year.
Yeah, mixed, I guess. I thought, last year I think, we finished 5th, which was a fair effort considering the amount of changes we made. I think I was, really kind of, we're all very kind of understanding that it was always going to be a challenge to rebuild the club, rebuild the squad, rebuild the playing style, and stay competitive, which I think we did. Yeah, obviously this year it's been mixed in the sense that obviously the results I don't think have reflected our growth, and certainly I think our best football this year has been better than what it was last year, which you're kind of looking for. You're looking for improvement, but we haven't been consistent in that. And we've also had the challenges of what's kind of been happening around the squad over the recent times, which kind of taints things a little bit for us in terms of the progress we want to have made at this point. But I still believe we're on the trajectory to becoming the team we want to become, and like I said, we'll get through this difficult period and we'll get there.
Jay, please.
Hi, Ange. Just want to ask you, I think it's 2 wins out of 9 in the league this season where you've had more than 60% possession. So I just wondered, how can a team improve when you come up against teams that sit a little bit deeper?
Yeah, look, I think it just depends on the different games, different outcomes. I mean, last night was just, obviously, I thought, look, Forest, you go there, you're not going to create bags of chances. So, but we still had, our moments in the game to sort of execute. I think, there is a bit of fatigue in that front third because the guys who are continually playing, which means they're not probably as sharp as they need to be. And they had their moment and they took their moment. So, I guess every game's different. I don't think it's that we struggle to kind of break teams down. It's just, like I said, every game has different moments. And last night was always going to be a game where, there wasn't going to be a lot of chances for either side, and we kind of didn't take ours, and then we kind of, it wasn't a great goal from our perspective. We did most of the things well last night, but that moment we kind of lost concentration and paid the price.
Sure, George.
And I don't think I'm giving anything away when I say, would it be Yves Bissouma at centre back on Sunday? Because I guess you've got Alfie, but too young to put in against.
Don't know, mate. Don't know. I mean, Yves never played there, so I'm not sure why I would put him there. I mean, I had to put him there last night because I had no one else. But we'll see, mate. We'll see what happens.
And with Jed, he's played 4 games in a row and done very well. So with that in mind, you sort of not go too hard on him last night with that sending off. It's just kind of a tired decision, I guess.
A little bit. Again, it's another game where I don't think I struggle a little bit with the cautions at the moment about who gets cautioned, who doesn't get cautioned. I thought it was a weird game again last night, second time that, I couldn't get my head around the cautions. But no blame on Jed. He's been fantastic.
And just finally, I know it wouldn't help at the minute, but I would imagine you would have welcomed a winter break this season, which everyone kind of had a weekend off last year, and this year it got scrapped, even though you got 2 extra games in Europe. Can you sort of understand why there isn't that kind of break for this part of the season when everyone seems to be getting more injuries than normal?
Look, I think I addressed that last week. I mean, it's as I said, we're not the only ones, and I think you're seeing in the league this year, it's probably why it's so congested. There's a lot of teams affected, probably not to our extent, but a lot of teams affected by injuries. I think it's quite easy to pinpoint why. The workload players are expected to perform at. So, but I guess that's one for the authorities to sort out, mate.